The United States Supreme Court has decided to take up President Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship for some people living in the U.S. A hearing is scheduled for next month. The president says he's looking forward to the issue being litigated.
I am so happy. I think the case has been so misunderstood. That case, birthright citizenship, is about slavery. That's not about tourists coming in and touching a piece of sand and all of a sudden they're a citizenship. You know, they're a citizen. That is all about slavery.
Let's bring in CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford. Jan, good to see you. It's sort of a simplistic notion just because that amendment was passed in the wake of emancipation, that it is simply about slavery. Can you explain exactly what the judges and the justices will be looking at?
Well, okay, so let me just give you a little background first. I mean, this all started, of course, when Trump issued that executive order on day one that essentially would nullify this concept of birthright citizenship, which we have long thought, and certainly the courts have thought, that if you're born here, then you're a citizen of this country. And in fact, there's an 1898 Supreme Court case that suggests that is very much how you should read the 14th Amendment. Now, Trump is arguing, like you said, it's not 1898. This is not about slavery. This is a new day. And so if you are born to parents who are here illegally, that you are not a U.S. citizen. That's his position. Vlad, he has lost that argument at every single turn in the lower courts. Every one. Blatantly unconstitutional. And what they've done, these judges have issued nationwide injunctions that one judge that affects the entire country that bans, Trump's arguments on birthright citizenship. That actually is the narrow legal issue that the justices are going to take up. They're not going to confront the whole bigger point of birthright citizenship, not yet anyway.
So, Jan, as somebody who covers the courts for CBS News, just explain then, if he is losing at every level of the judiciary, how often does the Supreme Court go against the precedent set by other courts?
Very rarely, and that's why they're not taking up this issue of birthright citizenship, because there's no conflict in the lower courts. All the lower courts are in agreement that Trump is wrong. What they're doing instead is taking a look at something that is an increasing problem. And again, that's the issue of injunctions. I know it sounds like, boring to talk about, but essentially Republican and Democratic administrations have long opposed this idea that one federal judge can set policy for the entire country. And so, that was one of the last legal briefs, for example, the Biden administration filed, urging the court to take a look at these nationwide injunctions. So that is what the court is going to look at. The Trump administration didn't ask the Supreme Court to consider the underlying issue of birthright citizenship. They asked the court to look at this issue of nationwide injunctions. It just happens to be in this birthright citizenship case. Now, that's not to say that the issue of birthright citizenship may come up down the road. But if Trump wins this case on the issue of injunctions, that doesn't mean he's going to win on birthright citizenship, Vlad.
An important distinction, as always, from our Jan Crawford. Thank you, Jan, for your brilliant analysis. We appreciate it, as always.
Thanks, Vlad.